Hi, this is Pete with wrapmyspyder.com. Today we're going to show you a real quick application video for our pre-cut Spyder F3 GT Racing stripes. So we've got the Spyder inside, warm and dry. We've already prepped the surface with our 70% rubbing alcohol and kitchen paper towel, like we always recommend that you use. In the meantime, we put our 1-inch spacer tape from bottom to top on the front trunk, and what that does is that sets the gap and gives us a guideline when we put our stripe on. So as I mentioned, the surface is prepped, so we're going to move right into the installation and show you how easy these pre-cut graphics are to apply. So the first thing that you're going to do is position the racing stripes on the front trunk using your 1-inch gap stripe for the spacing as we mentioned. So you want to try to keep the gap even as it travels up the center of this front trunk. We've already pre-cut out the emblem angle for you, pre-cut the bottom edge as well as the top edge, so there's absolutely no trimming that's needed to be done when you apply this new F3 GT Racing stripe. So once you have the stripe where you like it and in position, you're going to take a piece of masking tape and run it horizontally all the way across the design so that the tape is taped to the painted surface on each side of the racing stripe. The next step is going to be to peel back 1/2 of the stripe, so let's say from the top down to your transfer tape, and you're going to cut off the backing paper. So this is the backing paper that the graphic was applied to. This is the adhesive side of the stripe, which is what sticks to the surface, and then this is the top side. This milky film that you see is holding the gap. That's called the transfer tape. So what you're going to do now is lightly set the graphic down, making sure that it's straight, and lightly set it into place. And then you can look at it to make sure that you like the way the alignment is done. And then you're going to take your squeegee and you're going to squeegee from the center of the graphic to the outside in both directions in overlapping strokes as you make your way up to the top of the surface of the stripe. So now half of it has been applied. Then you're going to take your transfer tape off very carefully, lift up the stripe, take off the backing paper to expose the adhesive side of the design. Carefully hold it nice and tight as you set it down onto the surface. Again, you can check your gap between the gap tape and how your stripe is laying down on the surface. If you like where it is, then go back to where the stripe has already been applied onto the machine, starting at the center of the graphic, and work your way to the outside. Overlapping strokes, so you're overlapping what you've already stuck to the surface. So you keep doing your overlapping strokes as you work your way down towards the emblem area. Back around the edge, making sure that you're firmly pressing the stripe into place. So once you have it all squeegeed on, then the next thing you do is find a corner of your transfer tape and simply pull back the transfer tape right on top of itself on an angle. As you can see how I'm pulling it on an angle, slowly pulling it down towards you, making sure that you're not lifting any edges. And you've just applied one side of the graphic. This video is in real time, so you can see it's not necessarily rocket science. And just to show you, that was using the hinge method, which is what we recommend for most users. We shot another video showing what we call like a freestyle application, which is when you would peel the whole thing off. Find your positioning. When you get to the other side, you want to make sure that the two tops align themselves at the top and bottom. and you can make sure that you're in place and you like your gap. Once you like the gap, I lightly set that down. Again, this would be for individuals that are a little more advanced, that are familiar with working with the film. Nonetheless, it could be done like this. You can see that this is a dry mount. We're not using any kind of liquid on this because of the way that you squeegee when you use the hinge method. Plus, this particular film is our gloss black film, which has air release adhesive. So there, we peeled it off. When you have the stripes on, you can remove your spacer tape, and you have successfully applied the wrapmyspyder.com Spyder F3 GT Racing stripes on the front trunk. And let me bring it around. Pre-cut. No trimming. Makes application easy. To order these, you can order them at wrapmyspyder.com, or you can give us a call at area code 814-838-6377. We hope that this video is helpful.